of soft whispers and hazy dreams, where time slows down and the mind gently gleams. Floating melodies, soothing beats arise, taking us away where imagination flies. Close your eyes, enter the dreamland serene, where the subconscious tells a story yet unseen. Loved by the rhythm of trance slowly unfolds in this realm of tranquility where peace beholds.
Good morning, everybody. I hope this video finds you well. In the previous videos, I've described the basic fundamentals of how the affirmation and affirmation campaigns work and why they do. And in order to do that, I explained how our reality works. Now, of course, the way our reality works doesn't resemble anything that is taught by any religions. It doesn't resemble anything that is taught in school about physics and the nature and geography, and it doesn't even describe it. It's not even described accurately even in quantum physics. They don't even try to describe it. They just say, well, there's the potential of other worlds. Here and only here is the only place where you're ever going to see the way the nature of reality is, and that's the way it is. So you are as a recap, you are a spiritual being. You are consciousness. And you just float about and do other things as part of a greater something. I'm not going to get involved in it right now. I'm going to say your consciousness is part of soul. But that brings a lot of baggage as to understanding what soul is. So right now I'm just going to keep it simple. You're a part of something bigger. And your consciousness is a part of it. And your consciousness flies down to this reality. This reality is a construct. It's a construction that serves a purpose to improve your quantum makeup. It improves you. It's a self-improvement center. And the way you improve yourself is through experiences. And so your consciousness zooms on down, enters this reality, you live a life, and then you exit it. And you exit it with more experiences. And I've gone on the mechanism that it's a fated life. There's a roadmap that you enter on, and you follow it. And when you leave that roadmap, indeed, you will have a prepackaged set of experiences that you anticipated upon birth. That's the way it works. And I described this as like a road. This is a highway that you're going on. I described how world lines work. I call it a world line, but it's actually a snapshot, and you're going from one snapshot to another snapshot to another snapshot. And this movement is done, and it looks like time. So that's what time is. And all this should explain to you and show you that as you take actions, the world lines appear to you, because world lines are coming and going and coming and going. While it's in the simplest way, you can say it's a grid, it's actually more complex than that. It is a surface of a very, very vigorous ocean, and it's constantly changing, and I've shown that too. So in this video, I want to depart a little bit from this narrative and start going into the very basics of affirmations, what an affirmation is, and what an affirmation campaign is, to help you navigate on this pre-birth world line template that you are part of. Okay? Now, to navigate this world line, you don't have to do anything. If you do nothing, just live your life, you will talk, you will eat, you will draw, you will paint, you will watch movies, you will do all kinds of stuff, and you will, by default, follow this path that has been laid out, this super highway that will take you to the end result in your death. But most people who are running affirmations and running they're not running campaigns, they're actually just reading affirmations, really want to change this superhighway they're on. They may not want to go to where they're heading. Instead, they might want to do something different. And in order to do that, you have to carve out a new road. And I've described that as a highway that you get off your existing highway and you go bouncy, 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 bouncy off into a gully and through a field and up some hills and through the woods and whatever to another highway. That takes an affirmation campaign. And affirmations are simply verbalized statements that depict how you want your life to be. You never mention what your life is right now and saying you want it to change to this. The affirmation itself, if you say, I get up every day at 7 o'clock in the morning, but I want to wake up at 9 o'clock every morning, that is self-defeating. You never, ever add and say things that are currently going on in your life. And you never say, I want to. You say, it is happening. You go from the one tense to a future perfect tense. I wake up at 9 o'clock instead of saying, I want to wake up at 9 o'clock someday. No. You say, I wake up at 9. Okay. Now, there's one exception. This is an important exception. If you have a part of your life that you like very much and you don't want it to change, let's suppose that you have pizza every Thursday and you like that, then you keep that, you put that in the affirmations, because the affirmations isn't just the new things you want, but it's a way of holding on to the old things that you want to maintain. So you say, I have pizza every Thursdays, and I wake up at 9 in the morning. So there you are. You have one future goal, and you have one existing thing that you don't want to change. And the reason why you add these things is because oftentimes your new goals, your new desires, your new planned events will sometimes often push your existing life a kilter. And some of the things that you like may disappear. If you want to hold on to them, you got to add them in your affirmation campaigns. I'm sorry, there's no other way to say it. So affirmations are statements of what you want in your life. What you want that you don't have, and what you want to continue having. You never, ever, ever enter things you don't want. Never, never, never. And you never do things like, one day I will have. No. You'll always be waiting for that one day. No. You always use it in the perfect tense. You say, I have it. I have it. Okay? So I'm using that as an example. Now, an affirmation campaign, of course, is a series. Okay, first of all, affirmations. So you have this list of affirmations that you read. You read them. You read them every single day. You read them out loud. You don't. You can whisper them if it's a public area. But the best effects are reading them out loud. Okay? And you can put them on the computer and read them at the computer, or you can write them down in a little notebook. As a matter of fact, I have used both methods, and the advantage of a computer is you can lock with a password. The disadvantage is that if the computer dies, you lose your affirmations, or you always have to have the computer on and be sitting at it to read the affirmations. Not true with a little notebook, a little journal, a little tab of paper. With that, the problem is if somebody gets a hold of it, they may not like your affirmations. Your affirmations is not a public thing. People's consciousness will be offended by the fact that you may like something, and they will be negative to it. You might say, well, I like, there are girls find me attractive, even though you're married. Your wife will not find that a very, very enjoyable affirmation, and she would call you out on it. So affirmations are personal. They're for you only. You are the only one who's in control of your life. And I really advise you guys not to make your affirmations public. Not that you're planning on killing anybody or doing anything wrong, but people do deserve to have privacy. And some people don't know where their boundaries of privacy end and yours begin. And for some people, there's overlap. Some people think nobody has boundaries. Those are wrong, okay? People who don't understand you have boundaries, or mentally ill people, or narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, or the U.S. government. Okay? So, I guess they're all the same, one and the same, huh? Anyways, everybody has boundaries. And keep your personal thoughts and your desires to yourself. Now, I preach, teach, advocate for something which I call as affirmation campaigns. And this is a very, very, very important point. This is a very, very important thing that everybody must wrap their hands around. Because an affirmation campaign simply means you read your affirmations every day for a set period of time, and then you stop for an equally long set period of time. For the longest time, I did 3 months on and 3 months stop. That stop period means you do no affirmations. You do nothing. It's stopped. It's over. Done. Kaput. Nothing. You do nothing. You don't think about it or anything. It's akin to putting a pot of soup on the stove, and then once it's boiled, you turn it down and you let it simmer for a couple of hours. That's what the dwell is. You're letting your affirmations simmer. Now, not all people need to do it. A lot of people do, though. Some people have high energy and high psychic abilities and are naturally spiritually inclined. They don't need to do that. But their affirmations come very, very, very fast and quick. You have to trust your gut instinct. But for most people, the simmering part, the dwell, is super important. In times of adverse conditions, maybe your fate forecasting. Okay, fate forecasting is an old Chinese technique of determining the gravitational influences on your consciousness. It's sort of like Chinese astrology, if you want to go something that crude. But basically, consciousness is affected by reality around us. The reality is affected by the reality around us. The reality is affected by gravity. Okay? the earth, the moon, the sun, all these things are huge gravitational sinks, and they affect everything. So you use fate forecasting to determine whether you have an auspicious time or an inauspicious time, but we're not going to get over that. Essentially, you have different techniques of using campaigns. If you have an inauspicious fate forecast, it's better to run shorter campaigns. 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. In general, the best thing to do is 3 months on, 3 months off. You can go 6 months on, 6 months off, but that's a little bit too much. I have found that my best results is with a slightly longer dwell period. I run my campaigns 3 months on, 4 months off. I let things cook a little bit longer. And I've been having very, very good results as a result of it, because of it. And that's how I do it. So that's what an affirmation campaign is. So the purpose of this video is just to talk about what affirmations are, what an affirmation campaign is, and how you use them together. And right now, this should probably conclude the introduction, the baseline, the basics of affirmations, affirmation campaigns. In subsequent videos, I will go on and discuss the details on the affirmation campaigns and specific techniques that you can use, things you can add, because it's more than just simply a statement. There's an actual science behind it, and I am going to get involved in that. So right now, I think this is my 5th video on this. This is the introduction stuff, and I went through the nature of the universe, how everything fits together, how everything works together, and what affirmation is, what an affirmation campaign is, and now you're all set to start doing it. So again, future subsequent series, which will be the 200 series, we'll talk about the actual affirmations and some of the techniques to make things happen. Okay, please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. And I want you to remember, no matter how the world might be to you, always try to do your best, even if it's just a little bit. Force a smile on your face. Just try to be good. The world can be a tough place sometimes. Just smile, okay? Take it. Remember, guys, I believe in you. Take care. Bye-bye.
In the haze of a quiet Sunday morning, lost in thought, imagination soaring, dreamlike melodies fill the air, creating a world where I'm happy in there. Close my eyes and let the beat take hold. Lost in a dream, I am never growing old. The rhythm flows through my veins, setting me free in this slow, soft and gentle reality.